You know what? I'll admit something. I am concerned for Glisten. The amount of times I've seen that mirror bump into things. Well, it's concerning to say the least. I asked him if he was clumsy perchance. He of course went on that tone he uses. No, no, I'm Glisten. I'm perfect. Not clumsy. I can see straight through that. Scraps once asked me if I preferred dogs or cats. I answered cats, as otherwise I feel it would have been very awkward. But between us, I don't particularly like either. I prefer ponies. You know, Finn isn't terrible company. I'd argue I enjoy his company. I allow him to ramble on about his aquatic interests, and in return, I get to go on about my trade interest. It's the perfect trade-off. I've got some time to chat. You know of Astro? That toon is always sleeping around in the oddest of places. Once I found him even sleeping on one of the mini trains here in Garden View. I'm unsure of how long he'd be there if I hadn't woke him up. You know, I was never one for V's game show. And I'm not just saying that based on all the riveting stories Dandicus tells me about her. He definitely does not enjoy your company. Between you and me, I think Cosmo's baking is better compared to Sprout's baking, which is shocking because I believe Cosmo's burnt more batches of baked goods. But oh, and that sweet food isn't burnt, it's delectable. Don't tell anyone, but sometimes I leave candy out for Yada by the trains. Just a little handful, but it's always gone by the time I return. I can't help but feel a little bad for Toodles. The poor girl doesn't exactly have friends her age. Unless we count that kid she plays with around Halloween, though I wouldn't count such. Those holiday-themed tunes barely show around when it isn't their season. Have you seen the twin masks, Razzle and Dazzle? Children used to get their names mixed up, but I've heard they both really enjoy their names. Can't say I hate my own. Dial. It really suits me. This may sound a bit silly to you, but Dial Timesley is in fact my full name. I've got something I can share. I don't know if I'd call this gossip, though. Tish is honestly an amazing help around Garden View. If it weren't for her, I'm sure this place would be much more of a mess. I think it's great to appreciate her efforts. It's great having Dial around. He helps me out with certain things. He's sort of like a little assistant, a helper of sorts. And when Garden View was open, he'd work almost every day to oversee the transportation and trains. He tries to tell me about trains, but I still can't remember what a coupling rod is. I've been around for a long time, since the start of Garden View, which means I've seen a lot of things change over time. I remember when Connie went on by Bulinski. She used to only come out on Halloween. Turns out she was way too popular to stay a Halloween tradition. Good for her. I don't really talk with most of the main tunes as much as I used to. No big deal, no big reason. Just drift apart some. Yeah. But I really hope Shelly's made some new friends. I don't pay much attention to what she's been up to. Oh, do I have some gossip, all right. V used to think she could become more popular than me. You know, back when we still had the show still running. Isn't that funny? Let me tell you about the cutest little thing my pet Rock did yesterday. Pebble's so silly, he tried to do a backflip and ended up stuck on his back. Good thing I was there to save my precious little baby. He's the best pet I could ask for. You wouldn't believe it, but apparently Tegan has a list of tunes banned from her tea parties. Guess who's on it? Me! How could she? I love tea. Maybe she's a bit nervous to have a star such as me set on the fun. I'll admit it. Boxton's music box melody is actually pretty calming. It's a shame I don't hear it as often as I used to. I hope he's doing okay. I remember when Cosmo first started baking. There's a new record that week for the amount of fire alarms that went off. It's amazing how much he's improved. Can you believe Gigi accused me of painting my petals? My petals are all natural. I was told my rainbow color brings joy to all. I was up at late night once, doing flower things, and you wouldn't believe who I saw all the way down the hallway. And I am talking about a long, long, long hallway. It was Brighty. I don't know what she was doing up so late. It's not like she can sneak around well, even if she was doing something secretive. I actually tried chatting with Sprout a bit. I stopped trying, though. I think our personalities just clash sometimes. Like, sometimes it feels like he's trying to take lead of situations he has no involvement in. I can take care of my own stuff, obviously. Roger's been a little on my nerves. He's always hanging around my room asking questions. Sometimes I'd rather not be questioned at 2 a.m. when I'm just trying to get a snack, and having a little snack at 2 a.m. is normal. Honestly, I'm not sure why we keep Shrimpo around. I've had intrusive thoughts of just taking him on a train ride one day, and that would be his last stop ever. Oh well. Why the fuck? Why did you say that? What the f? I often actually chat with Sprout, seeing as I supply fresh food around here. There's a train that leads outside of a garden view itself, and I ensure supplies end up here. Of course, no other tune is allowed on this specific train. You wouldn't imagine the things I have to do to ensure we get a few luxuries. If you really think about it, a bubble called Poppy is a bit morbid. Maybe it's just me. I can't even fathom how anyone can pass by Gigi's room and not be concerned. I swear every time I pass by that room, she just has more things. How many things can one have? How many collections warrant such?